That's a no.
All
Hey,
right.
I just gotta give a quick shout out to Jay with the nice light. The lighting is crazy.
The lighting's not bad, right?
No, it's great.
Beautiful.
Really gets a good sense of. I don't know.
Marcus, do the intro. Go ahead.
What's good, y'all? Welcome to H3. You already know what it is. Appreciate everybody tuning in, liking, subscribing, commenting on the channel.
Yes,
Today we're gonna do something a little different. Usually we always do a weekly workout, but us as a family, us three decided that it would be a nice change of pace if, we had you guys, the audience, the fans, people checking us out, ask us some questions. So today, three of us gonna do a little Q&A. It's gonna be real laid back, real chill. Like Desmond always says, real slight. We're gonna answer the questions you guys submitted to the H3 account. So yeah, Jay, you wanna get us started off?
Great intro, first off.
Run it.
Appreciate it.
From Kobe Mamba for life. Rest in peace.
Twofold.
Don't forget the 8.
Snake coming.
Sure. How do I become a better shooter?
Yeah,
Quick one by one.
Des oldest.
Des, go ahead.
Well, you tuned into the right channel. We got. Yeah, the main thing I would say is just working hard at your craft and simplifying the game. You have to fine tune what you're good at and what you specify in. Like we're smaller guards. We don't have the length or the size, but we shoot the ball at an efficient clip. But the main thing about it is finding what you do well and capitalizing on that.
Yeah. I would say to become a better shooter, it's a lot of just like repetition and it just becomes like second nature. Like for us, over the years, just keep getting reps up and being able to work on your craft every day and to the point where it becomes second nature where you don't even think about it. So I would say if you're a pretty good shooter, then you can be a great shooter because it just takes more repetition and more game-like situations. So that's kind of what we work on. I would just say repetition.
That's a good point too. Game situations, how hard you go, what shots you getting in the game. That's a big point too. So that's great.
Yeah, I think kind of just going off that. For me personally, as a player, what we always talk about as a family is paying attention to the details. I think something that is important is shooting. You definitely have to lock into every detail going into it. Footwork, hand placement, eye contact. So a lot of goes into becoming a great shooter. Like Jordan said, repetition. Desmond said. Take the game serious and find things to get better at. But I think for the most part, kind of being intentional every time you go into a workout, whether it be shooting, whether it be ball handling. But in order to be a great shooter, it takes reps, but at the same time, it takes a certain level of focus and putting yourself in a game. You want to be sure that when the game time comes, it's not the first time you're seeing it in action or things like that.
So to become a better shooter, you got to earn the respect of your shooter in general.
Facts.
Period.
Good first question. All right, next question from Wavy_Jade. Any tips on how to stop overthinking? Big fan of Marcus.
Appreciate that.
Of course. Who isn't a fan of that kid?
Oh, whatever.
All right, so you can answer this one then.
All right.
Any tips on how to stop overthinking? I'll maybe chime in. You can chime in a little.
I think for overthinking, it has a lot to do with possibly thinking about in the game, trying to control things you can't control. I think in a game, you have to control what you can. At the same time, you can really stop overthinking by just the amount of work that you put in. I think when you play with a certain level of confidence, it makes you not overthink about certain situations. When you work at something for so long and you practice it for so long, it becomes second nature and you feel very confident to where you don't even think about when you're playing. You're kind of just going out there and playing off of instinct.
Good point.
Go ahead.
That was what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Overthinking.
Me and my broski are twins, but we don't look alike.
That's facts. But I was literally about to say, overthinking is like in the category of doubt, which is in the category of you don't put in enough work to get to the point where it becomes second nature. So it's like, even if there's games where you're off or you're missing, you work so hard and you put so much time into that craft that it's just one of those days where it comes. Like there's going to be days where you don't make shots, but it's also you can't let that take over your mind. You have to have a strong mind in that.
Next question.
This question is from Cody Tabron.
What up, Cody?
What up, Cody? What music/artist do you guys listen to before a game? Variety.
I'm not playing games. Jordan Marcus, talk to him.
Variety. It depends. I'll sometimes play like slow music. Sometimes I'll play hype music. It's like I feel like throughout the day, it kind of throughout the game, it kind of revs up. But you know, I'm a Drake guy. Go ahead.
It varies for me too. You know, like like I would agree with Jordan. You know, like Drake's always something I go to for before games, but I think just kind of at a different change of pace. You know, I kind of like to be at peace before I go into a game.
True.
So you know, there'll definitely be different times when I listen to different music. You know, like we're big on our faith and things like that, and I have like a gospel kind of playlist I have that I listen to before games to put myself in the right frame of mind to make sure that I'm going out there and playing for the right reasons, and the reasons I play is to glorify God. And you know, so I think listening to music like that puts me in a great state of mind, because going into a game, I know no matter what happens, win, lose, or draw, you know, I'm just trying to glorify Him and all the abilities He's given not only myself but our family. So for me personally, you know, it definitely depends on the type of game or type of mood I'm in. But for the most part, I like to listen to kind of like gospel music before games.
Facts. All right, next one from Will_Collins6. What is the mindset for training? Why do certain drills? Go ahead, Cap.
You know, you want to be set apart. No copy and paste, no copycat. I'm up at 1:30 at the drawing board every morning. And we're going to get better, and we push to be different. And that's how you should, you know, take your whole life. Be different, be set apart. So the main regimen is just working on everything and anything that they need to improve on going into the next season, whether it's consistency, whether it's them shooting from long range, coming off the screen, left, right, step backs, controlling the ball, passing, whatever the case may be. We capitalize on every summer, every workout. Every week's different. They have something new thrown at them. And it's tough for them, you know. If it's easy for you, do something different, because life isn't easy, you know. But when you work hard at it and you're diligent and you're consistent, great things happen. If you take anything away from it, just be different, be set apart, and don't be average. That would be my 2 cents.
Mm-hmm. Great one.
Next question.
Same guy, same Will. Shout out for you giving 2 questions. Great.
Double
great
up.
question. Double up. Tips for smaller guards.
You're looking at 2.
Facts. If you're a smaller guard that's under 6 foot, you have to do the little things right, whether that's play defense. You got to bring a team something at an elite level. So whether that's shooting, defense, playmaking, you just got to do the little details and set yourself apart from other smaller guards.
I think too, you know, no matter what your size is, you know, you shouldn't be categorized as a certain position. You're a basketball player at the end of the day, so you know, like Jordan said, you kind of have to be impactful the best way you can. And for me and Jordan being smaller guards, you know, we had to figure out early that you know, we had to be impactful in different ways, and the way we were both able to score the ball, you just have to do that in a variety of ways. So it's really important to understand and be kind of real with yourself. When you know there was a certain point in time when me and Jordan knew we weren't going to grow, so we had to come to the realization we had to do just something different with our game. So kind of just taking that into account whenever you're going into a situation like that.
Facts. Quick word from MJ, my boy.
That boy ain't got much time left.
Hey, he 15 years old.
8.5.
He 15 years old. All right, next one for Desmond from G_.
Yeah, lies.
Next question from G.Niederstat24.
Change that.
Thanks for the question though. How do you plan, Desmond? How do you plan your basketball workouts? How do you plan out your basketball workouts?
How do I plan? That's a great question.
Cause it's crazy sometimes. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just come in and we'll just do drill after drill, and he just has drills for years. Like we'll come in and we'll do a drill, and then we'll be like, all right, we're adding this to the drill. And I'm like, dang.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Sometimes it's planned out. Sometimes you just know what you're looking for.
Yeah. So you know, I have a foundation when I go into every workout. I have a regimen and certain drills that are my go-tos and that we have to capitalize on. But I really take it from prior, where they were prior, how they do the day before, what do they need to work on. And if you're talking about coming off a long season or when they came back prior to COVID, it's one of those things where we get back to the basics, I assess them, we see what their deficiencies are, and we move from there. But in terms of planning, I have a foundation that's set. I have certain drills and certain, you know, regimented, you know, things that we do throughout the week that are consistent to prepare them for the next step in their journey. But to plan a workout, yeah, that's just a testament to everyone's different, you know. in life. Everyone's different. Everyone has something to offer. God's given us all gifts, and it's about how we use and maximize them. So
That's what league me means, being a league of your own.
if you're not maximizing,
No cosign.
none.
0. All right. We got 3 smoothie questions.
Bet.
First one from Sammy Neff. What's the secret smoothie recipe?
It's called Desmond. Next.
Next one from Mia Thorough. Can we get a smoothie tutorial?
Nope. It's secret.
The third, Island B. Woy. I'm gonna need that smoothie recipe.
Yeah, it's 500,000 for the recipe. I might raise the price once you taste it. Dub.
We're doing a smoothie video.
Oh yeah.
You can't.
It's not a video.
Don't give you a heavy hitter.
No, we'll do a smoothie video.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
fine.
But
not a
yeah,
video.
our
To
smoothies.
taste the best in the world.
If anyone's ever had our smoothies, they're crazy. All right, smoothie. Sammy Neff, is Jordan single? I don't know if this is a boy or girl, but my answer is yes. As a Pringle. Next question. Brock Shep. Oh, shout out to Brock. Brock, good people. This one's for Jordan. How is it to play basketball overseas? Basketball overseas, it's a great experience, honestly. Coming out of college, going overseas is definitely something that's different than college. Because college, you still leave home if you go to college out of state. But going overseas is going to a completely different country. And so I would say the playing style is much different. The players are much different. It's tough. Like it's a great experience, but the competition is great over there. No matter what level you go to, professional basketball is great. So I would say it's a great opportunity, and there are players just as good overseas as there are in the league, honestly, and players that go from the league to overseas. So I see it all the time, and I got to witness it firsthand. So it was a great. It was and is a great experience, and I would definitely recommend, no matter what level you're at, strive to be a professional, whether that's in the NBA or overseas, because it's all professional basketball. So
Or in life.
yeah, for sure. So great question. Will Zanoni, what motivated you guys the most to play, in your childhood to play basketball and D1 basketball? So basketball and D1 basketball. I would say,
I don't know if anything really motivated us. It was
Yeah.
just, God's calling on our life,
I could speak from that. Like, what motivated me personally, being the youngest, was these two. I mean,
Different perspective,
Yeah, different
yeah.
perspective for
Yeah.
me, just because growing up, didn't really gravitate towards sports until like I saw them playing basketball, and me being the youngest, I just wanted to follow in what they were doing. And,
Yeah.
seeing them play basketball and how serious they took it, that's literally what I fell in love with. That was my first love, and from the time I picked up a ball, they always pushed me, and still to this day, they push me better than anybody. And our goal was always to play at the highest level. And so, playing D1 was just a step in the journey. We're very fortunate to have had the careers in college that we had, and a large part has to do with Desmond and his impact on us from a training perspective. But I think from just me personally as a basketball perspective, like being able to compete and work with a guy like Jordan every day, I mean, that's definitely, in my opinion, one of the biggest motivating factors for basketball. I mean, just for me, what motivates me is these two sitting right next to me, just because they put the ball in my hand.
yeah, I agree with the same. And it all started with Desmond, really.
Sure.
Like when I was younger, I just wanted to do everything that Desmond was doing, and he was always like the sports guy. He was always a big athlete, and especially even at a young age. So he influenced Marcus and I during our childhood. So he was really the trendsetter, because mom and dad, they wanted us to do whatever we wanted to do. Dad was a football player. Dad,
Makes no sense.
amazing
Right.
athlete, amazing father,
Makes
but
no
he wasn't a
sense.
hooper. So it was like once Desmond took the leadership of wanting to play basketball, we all kind of followed suit. So I would say that's what influenced us in our childhood.
Love.
Next question. Gus VD, do you guys smoke weed occasionally? Next question.
Professional athletes.
No.
No.
Next question. Kobe Mamba for life. There's a lot of people in here have Kobe pictures. Rest in peace.
I mean,
Tips for undersized guards. Oh, we already answered that.
Yeah.
Tips for smaller guards. Thanks for your question, though. We appreciate you.
we love it.
Mia Thorough with another one. You guys need a reality TV show.
That's so true.
I would love that. That would be good.
Honestly.
I think so. What do you think, Des?
I think it would be really good. Like, I really do. I really think that would be really good.
Every day is like an episode.
I would-
Everything,
it would
something
really be
happens
good.
every day.
Yeah,
I
it
just,
would be great. good.
In due time, I just feel like what we're doing is very undervalued.
Someone's at the door. We ain't answering it though. We ain't feeling
Nala, go hit the door for us.
Logan Porter.9. Do you have any mental training? What daily things do you do to get in the right mindset?
Pray.
Pray.
Bible.
Yeah.
Next
Movie.
question.
I would say just pray.
Pretty much.
Have good people around you.
For sure.
Meditate. I think
You don't meditate.
I'm giving suggestions.
You cat.
Meditate yoga? I don't meditate or yoga. But I was saying.
I would say
What do
pray,
we do?
bro.
Never mind. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't meditate. I would recommend it though if it works for you.
I'll meditate
When?
in the mornings. Prayer, meditation.
I said pray.
All right, bro.
Same thing. Next question. It's easy. It's easy. I think he's trying to say it's easy, but it's easy.
It's easy E.
Oh yeah.
Look at the 18.
Oh, that's
Next,
true.
let's get it.
It's easy E underscore. How do you guys handle being the other team's prime objective, them stopping you? We can all say a little your perspective too. I would say each game, if you're the other team's objective, you gotta take what they give you. Whether that's if they're trapping you, then that's gonna leave things open for your teammates. If they're really trying to guard you a certain way, force you to do one thing, then you have to make them adjust to it. So if they're making you want to shoot, you got to hit shots. If not, if they're trying to take you out of the game, make yourself a decoy for your teammates. So I'd say just react to the defense.
I would say just be relentless. I think, you attack pressure with pressure. That's something Desmond would always tell Jordan and I whenever we'd be keyed in and locked in by defenders. So teams would love to try and apply pressure to us and make it difficult. But, we train for instances like that. That's something we've seen ever since we were younger, being the key of the defense. So just always trying to attack that with relentless pressure, so just continue to be,
Against all odds, 0. Training schedule laid out on paper / calendar so you can see what goes on a weekly basis.
That's a Desmond question.
They're trying to get your sauce.
Come see me at League Me. That's it. Next question.
That's classified.
That's classified.
You wish.
Evan0246. Marcus, how has Marquette changed your game to be a better player? I am a big fan. Aren't we all?
Appreciate that. Marquette, I think just putting me in that position to, there's definitely a lot of attention on me from a defensive aspect where teams would try to lock in on me and key in on me. So just trying to learn how to play around that. I've definitely seen that throughout my time playing, but in college it was more amplified. So just trying to combat everything a defense would throw at me.
Hey,
Professional.
shout out to Marquette. Took care of my boy.
Let's go.
My
Next
boy did
question.
big things. Greatest of all time at Marquette. Proud of you, boy. Mineski. A player, current or past that you looked up to or just strive to be like, and why? I think growing up,
Of course, Michael Jordan.
yeah, Mike's like the standard. Of course, that's what we grew up on.
Allen Iverson.
And then currently, someone I love watching is Kyrie. I just love watching
Damn.
Kyrie. I think he's like one of, if not one of the more skilled players to ever play. So
Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard
Nice,
too.
yeah.
There's a lot of good players. Me and my bros are all hoopers and want to start something like you guys. How did you guys start? Trey Lou. I mean, for us, it was just about, like, if you're talking about doing a YouTuber H3, it's just doing it. Like, if you have a vision, if you have something you want to do, we just knew that we wanted to have something we called our own, so that's why we created H3. And so I would say just do it, man. Like, don't have regrets in life, and if you want to do something, then just shoot for it.
Honestly, it all just comes down to the foundation of family. And so us being as strong a family as we are, I mean, it was pretty easy to have something like this just because this is literally our life. Like, literally, this is what we do all the time. So it was really easy to kind of just make this a concept.
For sure. Paul Orams 12. Favorite rappers. One answer to that.
I got a couple.
Go ahead.
You go your couple. I have a couple too, but
I mean, Drake's goated.
Drake's the best of all time.
It's not, yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, Drake." It's undeniable.
No, but
And if someone wants to have a real conversation on why, you can come talk to me.
But honestly, like, besides Drake, because I think Drake's in a different realm, like, other person that's up there for me that's really solidified himself is Lil Baby.
Lil Baby
like,
up there.
Killed the song.
Very
Lil
good.
Baby, Thug.
Been
Very
very,
good.
very
Right.
consistent. So
There's-
I would say like Lil Baby's up there for me.
There's a lot of good people out.
sure.
What about you? Dom K.
Grinding. Nipsey Hussle, Gunna. Lil Keed, I like Lil Keed.
Everyone.
Don
YSL.
Toliver, Travis, YSL.
Oh, shout out to Travis too.
Travis,
for sure. Travis Scott.
We're missing a couple, but yeah.
There's a lot of good ones out. Marcus, Max Marms, favorite game from your Marquette career? I'll tell you mine. 52 against Creighton.
53.
3. Wow, I'm sorry.
For me, there's a lot of great games. Shout out to Marquette again. But for me personally, it was this past year, my senior year against North Dakota State. Game before Christmas, so you always want to win that game to go home on a good note for Christmas. But that was the game, actually, me and Jay.
Great point.
And it ended up becoming the all-time leading scorer, brother duo in college basketball history. So we passed Steph and Seth Curry. So for me personally, like there were a lot of great games, but for me personally, that was the most meaningful. That's the game I always look back on, like dang, like that was definitely the game that always holds dear to my heart. So the one me and Jay broke that record for sure.
Yeah, that's a great one. Sweet 16. I don't know how you say this one. Well, what's the best way to upgrade my handles like elite level? God bless. God bless you as well, my man. Appreciate the question. Des, go ahead. How do you get your handles elite?
I mean, everybody wants elite handles, but doesn't want to do the fundamentals. And that's like the main thing about it. Everybody wants to crossover, sham God, behind the back. That all that comes in due time, but there's a time and place for everything. And I would say just pound the ball, do simple betweens, simple crossovers, simple behinds, things that are going to get you a bucket rather than a highlight video. And that would be my biggest thing to you guys is do the simple things that are going to get you a bucket, and then that'll create opportunities to do the things that you guys really are aspiring to do.
Let me make a clarification too.
Great answer.
The videos we put out, all the handle stuff, don't get the misconception that's the crazy stuff we do in games. We do that so we work on our handle. Yeah. So if people see all that crazy stuff, don't think we're going to actually do that.
And they see the workouts. Like our workouts, like 90% of it is all in-game situations, simple stuff, cardio, everything that we need to work on. Yeah, so we'll do the stuff at the end for fun, just because it's like
2 minutes.
That's end of the workout. But like all in all, like we do that stuff to work on our handle, not necessarily to break that stuff out in the game, because quite frankly, you never know how that could go.
Yeah. You know. Next one, we got 3 left. You guys have Cam 5W. Do you guys have any tips on self-confidence? I've struggled with it in all aspects of my life.
We touched on that earlier. Listen, if you don't believe in yourself, it shows. And that'll go into anything that you do in your life. If you don't, prepare properly, what is going to happen? Your performance is going to be poor, and that's just what it is. Proper planning prevents poor performance. So anything that you're striving for, aspiring for, looking to do, if you're hesitant, it's because you're not prepared for it, and you didn't do the things leading up to it to feel confident about what you're going into, and that's on you.
When you work out too, and you work so hard, don't go into it thinking, I'm going to prove people wrong. Prove yourself right. Work so hard that there's no doubt that people can deny you and your abilities.
Great point.
That's kind of the way you gotta go.
And then he's kind of said he struggled in all aspects of life. So I'll just say, Cam, just try to learn to love yourself first. Like, don't try to find validation from other people or other sources. Try to love yourself first, and then everything else will come. And then once you love yourself, no one can tell you anything, honestly. So I would say that. Jake Buchel, are we gonna get some vlogs? Yeah, we're going to do some more of that. I know lately we've been doing a lot of just the workouts just to put that content out, but we're going to do more personal stuff like this just so you guys can kind of get a feel of what
just know we love you, but our priority is on the ultimate goal. Remember that.
Ooh, good quotation. Last question from Riley D.5. What's your motivation? You seeing it right here. Me and my boys.
What it is.
Me and my boys, my family.
Hey, I ain't got it tatted on me for no reason. You feel me?
God, family, and my boy right here. Hey, MJ, don't scratch. This is my other motivation. 15 years.
He only got 5 months left.
If that. That boy been
here since the get.
He been moving and shaking.
Love you, boy. But I think that's it. So.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you guys. Those are some great questions. I think we got to pretty much all of them, but we just wanted to kind of give you guys an opportunity just to ask us some questions. Hopefully we gave you guys some value. So
yeah, continue to check out the page. Continue to Hit us with things you guys think we should add to our channel. But all in all, thank you guys. Make sure y'all like,
comment.
Subscribe.
Love.
We got some other things coming. We got some shirts coming. We got Dez with some good content coming.
Get your merch!
For League Me. So appreciate y'all. Hey, we out of here.